Hello, and this is Notary Life with Kimmi. So hey guys, I'm going to take you on a hospital signing today. I've been waiting to do this video. So I got a call today from a fellow notary and he's not able to go. So he calls me and he says, hey Kim, I got a family that need a power of attorney done at the hospital. Can you go? So I figured this will be a good time to show you guys how to navigate a hospital signing. So he gave me the numbers, all the information. So now I'm going to do like the mock call that I did with the family so you can see how that goes, okay? So ring, ring. This is Kimberly with None Better Mobile Notary. Mr. Jones told me that you wanted to get a power of attorney completed for a family member at the hospital. Is that correct? Oh, and they were like, yes, that is true. So a couple questions that I asked them, I said, so is the patient alert? Yes. And what hospital are we coming to? Okay, and then do you already have your witnesses for the power of attorney? Very good. And you talked to the staff already and they know that we're coming, correct? Yes, they do. Okay, very good. So I will be there at noon. Yes. Okay, very good. So I'll see you at noon. So those are a few questions that you want to ask before going to a hospital signing, because again, that's going to be a little bit more involved. So as I go through the process today, I'm going to show you and take you with me. But a couple more tips for you when you're at a hospital signing: make sure you always have some cash with you because you may have to pay for parking and they may not take a debit or credit card. Make sure you include the cost of parking in your initial fee. So you don't want to get there and tell a client, well, you need to pay for my parking. No, I already factor all of that in, how far you have to go, the distance, the mileage, everything. You also want to allow more time because I told her noon, so that means I need to be leaving here probably 10:30 because you got to navigate the hospital parking deck and all of that. I usually take my whole bag in because I just need what's in my bag. I got bare minimum stuff in there, but I just want to always make sure I'm prepared. So as I mentioned before, you want to have your journal, your clipboard, ink pens, an umbrella. You never know if it's raining, if you have to cross the street. It's just a lot of extras you have to think about. And we've already talked about the making sure the staff know that you're coming. Make sure it's not a time that they're scheduled for like rehab or anything like that, to the best of your ability, because you hate to get there and wait, because while you're waiting, that's costing you time and money. Some people will include a wait fee if you have to wait a long time, like the doctor may come in unexpectedly or something could happen. So you could think about if you want to factor that in your business. I usually don't fee my customer to death, like I mentioned before. If I have to wait an extra 30, I might just be waiting. Sometimes, honestly, do I cost myself money with some of my business plan? Probably, but overall, do I have a lot of clients? I do. So it just depends on what kind of business you're trying to run. If you're about every dollar, you might not get every client. Just something to think about, okay? So I'm taking notes and observing who's all in the room. The witnesses, of course, I'm writing their IDs. If there are doctors or nurses in the room, I may not ask them their name, but I'm observing and writing it from their badge just to put in my notes. So take as many notes as you can at every signing. It'll cover you in the future, okay? Well, I'll be in touch as I get to the hospital and show you some of that process. So I wanted to show you the whole process of going to the hospital. So I'm about to, I just arrived. I'm about to, turn in there. While I'm waiting to make my turn, though, I wanted to let you know, remember I said the other notary is not the competition. Check out my video on Are There Too Many Notaries? Because a lot of times we're like, well, it's too many notaries in my area, they're the competition. I got this job today because another notary couldn't do it. So that's why you want to have a team of notaries around you that you can get work from. They will give you work if they have too much. So we're pulling in the hospital now, and I'm going to just show you this process because it takes a little bit longer to go to the hospital. I'm pulling in the parking deck, so it's going to be a little darker. But you always want to allow yourself time because you don't want to be known as the late notary either. So always leave early. So we're in the parking garage. If you notice, it got a little darker. And I'm getting ready to pull up here. So I've been to this hospital before, so I'm kind of familiar with it. That's why I said you want to make sure you have flat shoes on. We're going down the hill. Make sure you have flat shoes on because you just don't know what you're going to be getting into. So I'm getting ready to pull the little thingy. Let's see here. So they have one area closed. Let's see. I'm gonna show you. So I had to pull the oh wait, can I flip it? Or I can't. But anyway, you can see. So now I gotta take a ticket. And the gate's opening, so hold on 1 second. I gotta find parking. Okay, so I got my ticket. Don't lose that. You know, they make you pay more if you lose the ticket. And I already mentioned you want to have some cash, so I'm getting ready to find a place to park, which it's pretty crowded here. Most hospitals are. Make sure you always have your PPE with you, personal protection, like your mask, gloves. Whenever I go in the hospital, I put on extra. So I am actually parking. No parking spaces on this level, so I have to keep going. Here is one. I don't like it. It's kind of tight, but I think I'm gonna try to back in it. So let's see. So I don't have to walk so far. See if I can do it without tearing up my truck. Hold on, guys. I'm from Detroit, guys. I should know how to park this truck, right? But this is a tight spot, and I don't know that I'm gonna stay here because this other car, I don't like to be all tight on people. I like to get them some room. Let me see. I guess they can get in. I'm gonna pull up just a little bit. So I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna finish this part because I don't want to turn my car up. Hold on. Always take a picture of where you're parked, or write it down, because once you get in a hospital and you get a little discombobulated or whatever, you want to make sure you know where your car is, okay? You don't want to be like that Seinfeld episode, where's the car? So take a picture, write it down or something, especially at hospitals. Okay, so I got my mask on because I'm going in the hospital now. I'm in the parking garage. And like I said, you want to make sure you're safe. So I'll get back to you after I do the job, okay? Hold on. I'll be back after I complete the assignment and tell you what happened. Well, no one's in the elevator with me, so I said I'll come back. So I'm in the elevator at the hospital, and after I complete the job, I'll be back. I keep saying I'll be back, right?
First floor.
All right, y'all. Okay, guys, just finished the hospital job, so I wanted to tell you what happened. So we got here, and we went to the second floor, found out the patient had been moved to the third floor. So that's why I always say wear flat shoes, because you never know what you're going to be walking into, literally. So come to find out, only 3 people could go up. So that was myself and the 2 witnesses. We had to leave the daughter downstairs. And when we got to the room, everything went well. The patient was able to sign. There was a nurse in the room. And I didn't ask the nurse their name or anything, but I read their badge and I recorded that in my book, as I stated before. And then I also just made chit chat with the nurse to make sure everything added up. So I said, okay, so the daughter is receiving the power of attorney today, and she's transferring her father, correct? And he was like, oh yeah, the social worker know about it, and yeah, that's what they were doing today. I'm glad you're here. And I was like, okay, good. So I just like to make a little chit chat sometime to make sure everything in the room adds up. Just something I do, not necessary once you ID everyone. I did write the witnesses ID in my book, as well as the signer, and everything went well. So I'll be in touch as I go to exit the signing, so you can see what that process looks like from the hospital. Okay, so I'm leaving the parking lot now. I'm just going to show you what that process looks like when you come to the hospital. So give me a minute and we'll go check out and see what that's like. Hold on. Another tip at the hospital is you just want to make sure you're safe. So always look around when you're in the parking garages and make sure no one's walking up on you. You could be distracted trying to get into your appointment, you know, and it's just so much crime and stuff. So not to frighten you, but just always be aware of your surroundings. You know, we do loan signings all time of the day. So sometimes it's at night, sometimes it's early morning. So just always be safe. So we're gonna go ahead and check out. And I was gonna mention to you also, you may want to ask about getting your parking validated. Some hospitals will do that, And if you're there usually less than a certain amount of time, you don't have to pay. But it doesn't hurt to ask. Can you get valet parking? Let them know, hey, I was the notary here on a case today. And just see, will they validate it for you? I'm all about saving money. You guys know that. So, if not, most parking decks is only $5. So, let me let this lady pass. And then we're going to exit. And then that'll be it. So, let's see. So, we're still trying to get out of here. Hold on. Be patient, guys. So, I'm going to roll up here. And let's see. So, I have to insert my ticket. And someone is here, but I'm not going to show you that because I don't want to expose their privacy. So I was actually able to get my parking validated today. So, let's see. So I don't have to pay anything. You go to the security desk or front desk or something. Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'm okay. I appreciate it. Have a good night, okay? Bye-bye. So that was it. That was the cashier. She was super cool. So when you're pricing your hospital jobs, you want to make sure you price it accordingly, because I've taken you through each step of the process. And we're going into a couple hours now from the time I got the initial call. So that's all. Just make sure you price it accordingly, and you can include hospitals on your Google My Business page. And check out my video about how to build a complete Google My Business page. Well, until next time, guys, this is Notary Life with Kimmi. Bye.